Unlike many world leaders, I am the Prime Minister of Israel, the head of government, but not the head of state. The President holds the ceremonial role of head of state. As Prime Minister, I am the Chief Executive, the commander in all but name, and the architect of national policy. In a country of 9 million people and 120 Knesset members, I wield immense power, yet must constantly juggle fragile coalitions to stay in office. On May 14, 1948, I proclaimed the establishment of the Provisional Government of Israel. That day, I accepted responsibility for creating the office that would lead our new state. My guiding philosophy was mamlachtiyut, or statism, the belief in a strong secular state that supersedes private power. I worked to transform underground militias into a formal, unified army under state command. I also built a professional civil service to replace the informal organizations that had run our community. One of our greatest challenges was absorbing millions of immigrants into a country with scarce resources. We faced existential threats that forced us to pursue deterrence, including developing a nuclear deterrent. I don't vote for the Prime Minister directly. I vote for a party, and the seats they win determine who can form a government. After the election, I watch the President consult with all the parties. I see the President then task one member to try to form a government, usually the leader of the largest party. I learned that to become Prime Minister, a person must command a majority of the 120-seat Knesset, at least 61 members. Between 1990 and 2001, I watched Israel try electing the Prime Minister directly. I saw that experiment weaken parties, encourage fringe candidacies, and make coalition building harder. I remember it being repealed and the system returning to the party-based process. Part 4. The Changing Guard, War and Peace, covering the period from 8 minutes 30 to 12 minutes 30. The era is defined by two major conflicts, the 1967 Six-Day War and the 1973 Yom Kippur War. Levi Eshkol served as Prime Minister during the monumental victory of 1967. Eshkol's leadership during the crisis shaped Israel's strategic position for years to come. Golda Meir became Israel's first and only female Prime Minister and led during the 1973 war. Her tenure was marred by the Mehdal oversight, and she eventually resigned amid controversy. Menachem Begin ushered in a right-wing shift with the 1977 political upheaval. Begin later negotiated the Camp David Accords, leading to the first peace treaty with an Arab neighbor, Egypt. Yitzhak Rabin was a soldier who became a peacemaker. He helped negotiate the 1993 Oslo Accords, a historic step toward Israeli-Palestinian dialogue. The Accords symbolized hope for a two-state solution and regional reconciliation. On November 4, 1995, Rabin was assassinated by an Israeli extremist, shocking the nation. His murder deeply polarized and transformed Israeli society and politics. Shimon Peres was an eternal statesman who served twice as Prime Minister without winning a full election outright. Peres continued to champion diplomacy and the vision of peace throughout his long career. Ariel Sharon was known as the bulldozer, who shifted from a hardline general to a leader who changed course politically. In 2005, he led the controversial withdrawal from Gaza that reshaped Israeli politics and security debates. Benjamin Netanyahu became the longest-serving Prime Minister in Israel's history. He cultivated a Mr. Security image that emphasized strength on defense and regional threats. His governments also pursued major economic reforms that reshaped markets and regulation. Diplomatically, he helped advance the Abraham Accords that normalized relations with several Arab states. His tenure was also marked by persistent legal battles and corruption indictments that divided public opinion. From 2018 to 2022, Israel experienced a political deadlock that produced 5 elections in 4 years. The modern era was further defined by the October 7th crisis, which intensified security and political tensions. Over decades, the role transformed from a socialist pioneer leadership to a high-tech, security-focused premiership. Today, the Prime Minister must balance advanced technology, intense security demands, and complex domestic politics. The Prime Minister of Israel doesn't just lead a country, they navigate one of the most complex geopolitical landscapes in human history.